I'm going to start this video with a kind of a before and after. Here, the reason you might be able to tell the reason I call this draining the swamp. That's where I got it started because it was an absolute mess. You can see the upper little pool on the right, which is an actual bar pit that I had dug a couple of years ago to build a barn pad and what have you. But anyway, the old pond was just beginning. They used it for everything, and it dumped a lot of stuff in it. And with that being said, here we are today. I wanted to give you a view of what we've done, the size of the project. Where we started, it was a mess. That big arrow on the right, the big black stuff, that's where I filled. I took that stuff out of the end of the old pond, which was sediment and what have you, and put it in that big bar pit. And it's above the water line, so we covered it up with some good topsoil, and I think it'll be fine in the days to come. But I just wanted to give you an overview of what's going on here. Well, we pulled up the last of the old black stuff from the bottom. There's still an edge we got to take off, but there's 5-6 more big loads of that stuff. Get that out of the way, move on with the program. We hauled 20 loads off the back side of the dam today. We just got started. We had to get rid of this muck. It's nasty. Going up there on top of that hill in that hole. That's where it's going. A little bit of a dilemma here. This is where we cut out our racetrack, but all that black stuff up on the ends got to go away. So we took the black stuff off of our racetrack. We're down to clay. It's good solid clay right here. And what I thought about doing was taking this haul truck and backing down that hole, backing right over here and loading all that whole black stuff, loading it from down here and hauling it out. But just as luck would have it, I got water coming out of this bank right here. And it's right now, I'm sinking just walking through it. We got water pouring out of this ground right there. So I cannot back this truck down. I'd love to back it right down here and just load it and haul it out, but look right here. And that's coming out of my pit up there at the top. Anyway, I'm gonna have to do what we talked about. I'm gonna have to lay that stuff off this bottom layer, lay it up there this side of the dozer, and then I made a pad with the dozer to set the excavator on and lay it in the truck. Just got to move it and move it and move it, but it's got to go out of the pond. We've maintained our little drainage ditch. Oop, as you can see there, we got our pump set up ready for when I'm gonna skin like that bank is right over there. I took a little bit of clay there just to see what was there. I'm gonna take that whole bank and bring right over here and bring up here and try to plaster this mess before we close the dam. I don't know whether it'll work or not. Because that's good clay where the water is. That's good solid clay. It's a good solid bottom in it right there. And then on this side, it turns into a lot of rock, which is where I suspect the original leak was, maybe right here. Because I mean, it's rolling. I'm gonna try to plaster it. I don't think I can, but I'm gonna try. And we just have to be what it's gonna be. But right now I'm coming over here to, before it rains us out, lay this up so we can haul this mess out here while I got a truck.
We got started with our truck today. Had to get the big boy in. 30 ton. It's too much truck from the excavator, but that's what we got. That's what we're going to make it work for now, as long as the little excavator holds out. Well, we hauled a little bit of the black muck, but we could reach. Now I got to go back. After Juan goes home today, I'll go down and I'm going to set some more of it back so we can load some more tomorrow. Putting it up here in this hole today. This old topsoil, buddy, it's deep. A lot of it. That's our objective. Just taking this topsoil off the back side of this dam. Theoretical is clay from there forward. There's a little bit of topsoil on the top. Here's the issue that we talked about before. There's kind of the dividing line between the clay and the topsoil. There's a little topsoil up on the top of it, naturally, where they put topsoil on the top of the dam to grow grass. But that's real close to the edge of it. That's what we're trying to dig off. Because we got to go there over to the other side, doing the same thing. Need a bigger excavator, bigger bucket. We're getting somewhere. We had to upgrade our excavator. A little 3-foot bucket, a little 312. It's too much dirt for that. We got something on a little bit cooler maybe, and a whole lot bigger, and make some more time. 4-foot bucket versus a 3-foot bucket.
And this haul truck is a little fancier than my dump truck. It's got a backup camera. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just watching. There's the back end of the truck. He's loading there, and then I just slide over to the mirror, putting it in the truck. A little bit better than my old truck.
mountain. You see, I've got to get that away from there because the dam comes this way. And we got to separate all this topsoil out. Get it to run out of place to put it. On a little dirt. Rid of this topsoil, massive amount of topsoil. Kind of running out of room. Places to put it. Yeah. ways to put this stuff. I gotta put it back here. The dam's gonna be right there in front of us. And then I gotta put the topsoil back, so I want to keep it as close as I can without getting in the way. And that's the issue. Images in the mirror are closer than they appear, boy. You better take heed of that when you're in this darn thing. Yep. Stupid damn things. Outside of the vehicle, you don't answer it, but then it worries you to death, so you have to stop and look, take your gloves off, put my glasses on, all that crap. I haven't had any of those lately. None. Well, you gotta watch these trucks. You back up on a little bit of a bank, when you raise that thing up, it's dang near straight up. And if you back into the dirt pile and raise it up, until you move, it's still loaded, sticking straight up in the air. And then if you come off of a bank, you just gotta watch yourself. And we're off. Well, there sits my stuff. Sitting doing nothing. I guess if I had more help, we could be doing something. But just one and I. It outgrew us right quick. Although we moved a lot of dirt with our stuff. It's got a lot more to go. topsoil. Just trying to get it to where it shed water. We don't have a muddy mess to fool with later. We've got it dug out of the dam, brought it over here. We're gonna put it back in the dam when we get the dam built. Today, pretty much today, we did a little bit of it yesterday. We got the new excavators, but there's what's left of that dam is clay, and that's what we're going to make our new dam out of. I hope. I just shot that pipe over there where the maximum water level is going to be, and it's right to the top of that dam now, so I didn't think it was going to be that high. Anyway, it is what it is. Maybe that's a little better picture, I don't know. That's what we did today. The rest of that dam right there is clay. We've taken the topsoil off the back of it. Two pretty good piles of topsoil. That's got to go back on the back of this thing when we get done. All this down in here is clay. Basically right here to the base of that other side. We're going to start on that other side tomorrow, but about the end of that pile of topsoil and those weeds right there, that's where the dam's gonna be, the new dam. Doesn't sound like a whole lot. It's a lot of earth moving to get that much more, but that's a tremendous amount more water when you go up to that tree to the right by the combine, all the way up to where I'm standing is where the dam's gonna be. I guess I can scoot over here. This is just about the dam, going to be right here to the left of those weeds. Curve back around probably 50, 75 feet to the left of that tree. That's going to be the dam. He wants a road obviously on the top of it for driving purposes in the orchard. Pile of topsoil there, it's going to get bigger tomorrow. Topsoil is really just in the way right now, but it's got to get out of our way because we can't put that in our dam. This is good building clay right here. It'll hold, I believe, if we can get a good core dug. And it doesn't, I don't know if you can tell that or not. That's going to be, and the dam is going to be deeper than what you're seeing right there. I'll show you. There's where the water level's at right now in the pond. Here's where we've been digging today. We've got this pile. It's come off, and we've put away. Every bit of that is clay. And we do the same thing over here tomorrow. We'll be ready to start on our pond. Massive amount of topsoil for me. It's not for a bunch of big equipment, but two people. Yep. Bunch of topsoil. A little different view. I'm not over here much. We will be, but we're not over here now. But the dam is going to be just about where I'm sitting. Curved around and back up to about where the excavator's sitting. That road over there is where we're going up. That's where he wants to go. Just gonna make a curved dam. I think it'll look better and it'll hold. He wants all the water he can get. So maybe now you can see why I got to put that topsoil back out of the way. Because I got to build the dam. We got to hopefully come up with some more clay for this dam too. Whew. Well, we got it's hard to separate that topsoil on that side. It's kind of hard to find a good dividing line like it was over here, but I think we found enough. It's even with this side, so I'm assuming they built a dam with a scraper probably, and then they come bringing topsoil on the backside and kind of blended it all in together. And when you do that, it's hard to separate. There's a big hole here, and it's still topsoil. I think that's original, be my opinion. There's clay up on top of it. This is the very back side of the dam anyway. But unfortunately, it's going to be in front of the front side, so this has created more problems than you really just think about. But I think we're in good shape for clay right up through there. I'm gonna need a lot more clay to put this dam. We've just started on the core after we got our topsoil out of here. And get it right here, we find topsoil about 3 feet deep right in this little area. So just what we got to do. See, there's a lot of trees and stuff in here. You see, there's topsoil 3 foot deep. So we're putting the topsoil over there. And once we got into the clay right up here, man, we got in some good clay. I was hoping it's all gonna be like that, but then we ran into rock and a mess right here. This is a parking lot for all this stuff now, but it's gonna be pond later. But there's the clay we found. That's good stuff. So what we're doing is, you know, separate the topsoil one way, and dig the clay, put it over here, and then put the clay back in the key. I'm gonna go down right behind the bucket on that excavator's where we've decided to go. There's a forked weed down there. We're going from that forked weed back up to the roadway, which is those white pipe up there to the left of those. That's the way the dam's going to be in here. It doesn't seem like a lot to move this much dirt, but that's going to, by the time we get done with it, it'll just about double the size of this pond. But I don't know if I can find enough clay to do it. Well, I shot this with transit yesterday. I've been wanting to do it ever since we started and never would do it. That pipe over there, right there, right in the center, that's going to be our go-to. We're going to come down below it probably 3 feet to give them a little bit of room. But anyway, I shot the bottom of the pipe. And you can see these. I thought this dam was way too high, but you can see these orange flags. There's water level. If it got up to that pipe, there's water level. Look at that. It's right on the top of it. It's a long way down in that little hole, and you can see where the pond used to be. That's all it ever held, right down there. And if we just filled this pond up, it would triple the size of it or quadruple. And if we move that dam back here where we're talking about moving it, it's gonna be a lake. It's not gonna be a pond. We're gonna take all of that clay right there and plaster it across the bottom on the other side over there where that water's coming out. Try to stop that, we'll see. Well, here I'm sitting on top of the south end of the dam. We've got our topsoil laid back out of the way. Here's the clay dam. We're gonna move it back here, about that forked weed right there. That's kind of what we're shooting for. And that's strictly because I'm gonna run out of material. And it'll still give him the water he needs. And down there's that other little pond that's been in my way the whole time. That's why I had to haul the mud out of there, put it up there, because there's a freaking pond right there. I couldn't push. That mud was, you saw what it was in a prior video. It was, you know, it running out the back of the truck. It's bad. So I had to put it up there. I had to haul it. I couldn't push it. Normally you just cut the dam, push the mud out the bottom, scatter it all down in here and let it sit for a year and clean it up. Well, that wasn't going to work in this instance because of that little pond. Plus, this is 3 different pieces of property. What you're seeing, that building, this pond, and that building is 3 different pieces of property. That will raise up. And it still sticks to the darn thing. What I just did, cleaned it out. Look what's stuck in the bottom of it. But I'm fueling it up. I hate to, but I think I'm gonna have to give it up. I need it again later, but I'm not ready for it now, so I can't pay for it to sit here.
And as usual, God bless America, and thanks for watching.